Hello, everybody. Before I get started with today's episode, I just want to wish all our veterans a happy Veterans Day. I would like to take a moment to thank all our men and women who have served and who are currently serving in our nation's military overseas. Thank you for your sacrifice and service to a nation that I proudly and still consider to this day to be the greatest country in the world, the United States of America. Thank you, and God bless. Now, today's episode is a character that I've been wanting to talk about for quite some time here on the channel. He was originally created by Charleston Comics. He was created by Joe Gill and Steve Ditko back in the 1960s. However, following the Crisis on Infinite Earths event, he was revitalized by DC Comics in around 1986, 1987. And to me, I think he's one of the more underrated characters in the DC Comics franchise. Hopefully, James Gunn and Peter Safran make him a character, put him in their new DC cinematic universe. In their DC cinematic universe, excuse me. Hopefully, they give him a solo movie, but we shall see. And this character that I'm talking about is none other than Captain Adam. Hold on a moment. Is Nathaniel Adam, aka Captain Adam, who is without question in my mind one of the most powerful superheroes, not only in the DC universe, but one of the most powerful superheroes of all time. And so let's get started. Nathaniel Adam made his very first appearance in History of the DC Universe, issue 2, back in February of 1987. And his full name is Nathaniel Christopher Adam. And he stands 6'4", 200 pounds. And yeah, let's get started. Nathaniel Adam was a United States Air Force officer during the Vietnam War era. He was framed for a crime he didn't commit and was sentenced to death under his corrupt superior officer Wade Eiling in 1968. To avoid execution, he was forced to participate in a military experiment with little chance of survival. He wasn't forced. He was invited to participate in a military experiment with very little chance of surviving, with a promise of a presidential pardon should he ever survive. The experiment involved testing a crashed alien ship metal by exploding a super nuclear bomb underneath it while Adam was inside the ship. Against the odds, Adam survived. The alien metal melded with his body, but the excess energy threw him forward in time for nearly 20 years. In 1986, he regained coherence. He found himself a man at a time and back in the hands of Eiling, who's now a general and the second husband of Adam's now deceased wife. Everyone had thought Adam had died during the experiment, so his presidential pardon was never issued, and the government refused to acknowledge the previous administration's promise. Seizing the opportunity at hand, the government used the outstanding murder, treason charges against Adam into blackmailing him into being a government-controlled superhero under the name Captain Adam. The government gave him a false origin for use in public and assigned the alias of Cameron Scott, an Air Force intelligence operative. It was time during he met and superpower terrorist Plastique, who would go on to become a recurring part of Adam's life. As Captain Adam, he reluctantly served under Eiling until he succeeded in clearing his name. Eventually, Adam rebelled against Eiling, resigning from the Air Force, and found some fulfillment as an actual superhero. He joined the Justice League at the request of the U.S. government, serving the leader of their branch team, Justice League Europe. During his career, he had a brief romance with Captain Colbert, developed a friendly rivalry with Firestorm, and became eventually married to Plastique, ironically a one-time Firestorm villain, battled his arch rival and successor, Major Forrest. learned basic heroics from Batman, where he briefly lost access to the quantum field, and commanded the metahuman forces during the alien invasion of the Alliance. So yeah, basically, he would have a big role in Armageddon 2001 and beyond. I mean, during the World's Finest story arc, where Lex Luthor framed Batman and Superman for crimes, they blamed Superman and Batman for the giant kryptonite meteor. Adam sacrificed himself to save Superman and the Earth by crashing a starship into a kryptonite meteor. The massive energy didn't kill him, but instead sent him to the Wildstorm universe, where he crossed paths with the Engineer and Mr. Majestic. But yeah, hold on 1 second and get a bottle of water here. He was then returned. Returned to the universe, returned to the DC universe with the help of the Engineer. He then had a huge role in the Infinite Crisis. He had a huge role in the Infinite Crisis event, where Superboy Prime punctured Breach and as Breach exploded, he appeared in this place shaken and confused. He was severely attacked by an unknown assailant and imprisoned by the United States military with the remains of Bloodhaven. He was used as fuel source to administer radiation treatments to metahumans. The heavy damage sustained by radiation shielding skin left him comatose, unable to keep his radiation to safe levels, forcing the atomic knights to keep him contained constantly. He was then contained in a updated version of the Monarch suit. Once he awoke, he became mentally unstable. And yeah. He broke free, found the Teen Titans, the Freedom Fighters, and Shade. And he stopped and killed the rampaging Major Force before ordering evacuating the area. He released a massive amount of energy, obliterating what was left of Bloodhaven. Sometime later, Kyle Rayner, now known as Ion, discovered him in the bleed. Adam, at this point, replaced his Monarch identity, indicating that he's traveling through the bleed in order to operate outside the gaze of the monitors. He discussed his time with the Wildstorm universe and desired to visit alternate worlds. In Countdown, he became aware of the multiverse and the monitors. He planned to attack in order to become a ruler of a unified Earth. He brought in various remnants of Superman, Batman, a woman, and others, and forced them to fight each other in an arena to their death, with the survivors joining his army. And despite the various attempts of various years to stop his plans, he achieved his goals and rented his army to attack the monitors, using Earth 51 as a battleground. He neared victory until he was attacked by Superboy, now known as Superman Prime, who had been tricked by one of the monitors, summoned into attacking. In the fight against Superboy Prime, Superman Prime, Monarch's suit was damaged, which caused the train reactor to destroy the entire universe of Earth 51, aside from its monitor, Nick's Yuatan. It was later revealed that Solomon was solely responsible for Captain Adam's madness, and that it was he who attacked him in Bloodhaven, rupturing his skin and setting into motion his transformation into Monarch. In Project 7734, he was suffering through amnesia. He was discovered by General Lane, which happens to be Lois Lane's father, and his Black Ops organization, Project 7734. He was brainwashed by the project and used by General as a bargaining chip with the sorceress Marabi, the Forlorn, for her help with Project 7C734. Adam was made her champion and was used to subdue her enemies in Sorcerer's World. After defeating Marabi's enemies, Adam managed to overcome his brainwashing and amnesia at the castle of Lord Gadri and was subdued by 7734's task force before being saved by an anti-Marabi, or Marabi, whatever the hell you pronounce it, resistance group joined by Natasha Irons, who had been spying on 7734 and learned of Adam's condition. He was then confronted by Major Force, who had been working for 7734, and the two fought till Major Force transported themselves to Metropolis. Mon-El, the Daxamite-like Superman, helped Captain Adam escape, and he took him to the Justice League's watchtower, where the League immediately attacked in order to bring him to justice for his actions as Monarch. After a struggle and reconciliation with the League, Adam told him he can remember, and the League reminded him he was the hero who once saved the Earth. Adam felt the need to return to Sorcerer's World and make amends for what he did. The Shadow Pact were called on to help him on his quest and suggested he use the underground world Ascarterus to reach his destination. Once in Sorcerer's World, he met up with a resistance group and helped them defeat Marabi. After he did that, one of the leading resistance members, Algaro, revealed himself to Captain Adam as the sorcerer Mordru, who now rule in her place. Despite being seen as another tyrant by Captain Adam, Mordru explained to him that he promised to rule sorcerer benignantly and swore that despite being seen as a villain on Earth, he would consider a friend to Captain Adam in this world. Captain Adam was then magically returned to Earth. A week later, Captain Adam was cleared of his past crimes thanks to the efforts of Mon-El, who convinced the Daily Planet to publish a positive piece on Captain Adam, which went worldwide. Through his experience in Sorcerer's World, Captain Adam resolved to return to his life as a superhero. So that's pretty much some of the major events. I mean, he was also part of the Generation Lost story arc, which take place after the events of Brightest Day. Um, so yeah, there's that. So so yeah, that's pretty much part of the story and backstory and what Captain Adam has done so far in the DC universe. Obviously, right now, I believe he is still a part of the Justice League team. Let me go check in my notes. Um, Captain Adam's skin has been laced with steel armor, which is composed of a portion of the alien being known as the Silver Shield, and it's called, I think I said steel. Pieces of the alien metal body were used in the Captain Adam project, Major Force, and similar projects thereafter. Adam is able to coat himself with the metal either partially or totally. Adam's symbiosis with the metal is such that even when partially armored, he is able to access the quantum field. Chronokinesis, which means he can time travel. Atom transmutation. He has similar transmutation abilities to Firestorm. I was able to turn Maul and Engineer back to the human forms once, and once turn Adam's green arrows, quivers into butterflies. This power can be used instinctively or through concentration. He has a wide variety of energy absorption abilities. He was able to absorb the explosion of a 100 kiloton nuke without effort. He can fly. He has immortality. Hold on one freaking second. I'm sorry, everybody. Um, so far, he has the ability of healing, meaning he was able to cure a man from cancer. And somehow apparently he has the ability to resurrect people from the dead. Um, he has nigh invulnerability, meaning he could withstand Hellfire missiles armed with thermobaric warheads without suffering any damage. He has withstood blows from Superman, Major Force, Martian Manhunter, and powerful energy blasts that can still cause him pain but are unable to dent his armor. And he can survive harmlessly in space, meaning he has self-sustenance. If he does get hurt, he has matter generation, meaning he can create matter in the same manner he creates energy. In a way, he can absorb and manipulate matter at a basic level. He has ability of regeneration, meaning if his skin were to be armored or ruptured, he would recover at an accelerated rate. Now, he has vast superhuman strength. I mean, he was able to match Major Force's strength more than once. He was able to snap Martian Manhunter's neck and punch Superman really hard in the chest after unlocking his power. He has vast superhuman speed, meaning he was able to keep up with the Flash with relative ease. I mean, he can move so fast it appears at times people still stand around him. Times appears to stand still around him. He has energy manipulation. He can fire energy blasts at pinpoint accuracy. Meta energy manipulation. He was able to he can do power distribution, power absorption, electrokinesis phasing, spade fuse, force conduit, power replication, energy projection, thermokinesis, radiation production, pyrokinesis, energy construct creation, force field. He also has techno interface, meaning he can telepathically interface with computer networks. He has anti-magic abilities as an effect of Captain Adam's little steel coating, coupled with exposed to the quantum field. Affords Nathaniel not only immune to magical powers and spellcraft, but also allows him to outright negate the effects of it general through their use. He has self-power augmentation. He can use his powers to greater levels, such as enhancing his listening his range, augmenting his already piece of feats of strength, and increasing flight speed. And with the quantum field manipulation, he possesses a degree of omnipotence. Despite possessing virtually limitless power, Captain Amakanchi restrains himself from using his full power. After removing his restraints, he unconsciously puts on his powers. During a bout of madness, Captain Adam was able to unmake and remake the multiverse. To prove this is the point, he was able to create universes, replicate Earths that have their own versions of Superman, Flash, Firestorm, even their own Spectre. He can even shut down other energy uses and shape it to whatever he needs, like force field, explosive bombs, or a simple blast from his eyes or hands. So yeah, he's a very powerful character, Captain Adam. His abilities include military protocol, aviation, so yeah, that's that for Captain Adam. Hope you guys had a great day today. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.